Hello, as promised, I have set aside some Beaver books that we really enjoy that are not just completely boring, that are actually really interesting. So I'll show them to you and I'll tell you a little bit about them, and I'll tell you whether I would recommend buying them if possible or getting them from your library. You would not believe how my phone is being held up right now. I'm waiting for my tripod to come in. So right now I have my mic cord, the one that receives this, or receiver, I guess, is inside of a mason jar. My phone is sitting on the mason jar on a chair with a fairy book behind it and a lip balm to put it a little forward. We're just making it work today. But hey, I have a mic. Okay, so the first one is one called The Babyhood of Wild Beasts. It is an old one, and it is beautiful. It's written by a woman who, let me see, Georgia M. McNally, and she had a very unusual childhood, and she was really out, not just in nature at her local park, but around wild animals. She has stories of being up near mountain goats and watching them. And so it's really interesting for an adult and children to read. The copyright is from 1917. So if you can at all find this, a good resource, I'll link it, is bookfinder.com. And that will show you all different websites and where to find, especially out of print books, for the least amount. So, and a lot of times books like these will just sit on my registry wish list for a long time, and I'll just check in and see when they're less expensive. Or sometimes I'll find them at thrift stores or on Facebook Marketplace, something like that. Another one is Beaver at Long Pond. This one's really sweet. I would recommend, I forgot to tell you this. This I would buy. I would totally buy it. They go through all sorts of different animals, and the pictures are just, there's very few, but they're high quality. This one is really cute. I personally wouldn't buy it. I would just put it on the library list. Beaver at Long Pond. Building by Henry Cole. Again, very cute. I would recommend I personally would just get it at the library because I'm satisfied with what we have. I don't know, maybe it's one we'd get. Maybe it is. The pictures of the baby beavers are just too cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see if I can show you. It's not one that I would rush out to get, but if I had a little extra money that month, or we were gonna study beavers and I couldn't get it from the library, I would always get it from the library first and see how your family likes it. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. They're so cute. They are just so cute. And it looks like it's largely done with just pen or pencil. It's incredible. Okay, and then I'm going to show you two books that I would get at the library, or I'll tell you another thing that I do. But I wouldn't consider them living and super interesting books, but the pictures are really incredible. And so I go ahead and pick up these books, and I just tell my daughter, it's not a living book, so I'm not going to read it to you, but we can look at the pictures. So this one, Amazing Animals, Beavers, has some really cute pictures. Let me find one. First of all, I mean, just look at the cover. The cover is so cute. And then sometimes there's some fun facts in there, but I am not going to read a book that is dull. I'm just not. It's not living. There are way too many good books. I thought this shot was particularly fascinating. So you can see what they look like above water and underwater. So, oh, there's one more. I forgot. I'll be right back. My daughter took it in the other room. Okay, I can't find it, and it is probably in the room with her while she's sleeping. So what I'll do is I'll just show a picture after this. That's one that I would recommend getting from the library, not buying. It is not a living book, but the pictures are so cute, and it's all about baby beavers. This one, 10 out of 10 recommend buying. Oh, it's a big one. We put this actually on my daughter's Christmas wish list a few years ago. And what we put on there is usually we say used is great. And that saves people money. And maybe they had a budget of $100 for your child, and they end up getting 7 books that are used rather than 4 books that are new. So anyways, the Smithsonian, The Ultimate Visual Guide to Everything on Earth, Natural History. And this is just where we go to when my daughter asks, well, what about this animal? What does it look like? Can we look it up on YouTube? Can we look up a video? Can we look up a picture? And I realized that that was happening so much. And so we were interacting with screens needlessly. And we were depending on screens needlessly. And so I thought, okay, how did we do this in the 90s? We had these kind of books, and we had dictionaries, and we had thesauruses. So I started checking out books at the library to figure out which ones we liked best. We loved this one. And here, let me see. I'm gonna have to put my mic down. But like this. There's mushrooms. There's little bits of information on them, incredible pictures. They categorize them. I love it so much. How many pages is it? It's a hefty one. But now, over time, when my daughter has had a question about, we saw mule deer while we were in Colorado recently, and she wanted to learn more about them. So we'd go here. She was like, let's look it up rather than let's go find a picture online or something. So it is 617 pages, and it's just fantastic. So this one we got used. Definitely recommend. So anyways, if you guys are interested in learning about beavers, you find a place where you can see beaver dams and a lodge, then this is a great way for your children to learn more about it either before or after or throughout the week. Whether you homeschool or not, they're just so interesting. So I hope that helps.